We're out. We do have somebody inside.
We're going in.
What are you doing to us?
Oh. Fire everything!
Oh yes, you know it's one of those really, really bad weekends where we're not even wasting our time with an intro. We're just going right into this garbage because, you know what I think of when I think of Battleship? Aliens. Well, I'm sorry, I should do the alien meme. Aliens. Welcome to Time About the Movies, everybody. Today we are taking a look at the 3 films of May 18th, 2012. There's the numbers right there. This is not a very good week for movies, and I just want to get through it already, because I've kind of touched on Battleship already. If you don't know, this is one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my life, and I've already done an extensive video on that. If you want to go check that out, there it is in the corner. But let's talk about this abomination of a film real quickly. Based off the classic Hasbro naval combat game, Battleship is the story of international fleets of ships who come across an alien armada whilst on a naval war games exercise. An intense battle ensues over the seas, land, and air. What do the aliens, known as the Regents, want? Well, what they want to do is rip off Transformers, because that was the big shit a couple of years ago, and Universal said, we want our own Transformers too, so why don't we just go ahead and do just that. And the end result of this pile of garbage right here, like I said, I've gone to extensive length of how much I hate this movie, because I really do hate this movie so much. This movie made me so frustrated and so mad when I saw this. My entire review for this was nothing but a thank you letter to everyone involved in here for completely wasting my time with this movie. Everything about this movie is so awful. You want to know how bad this movie is? The trailers put it out there plain and simple how bad it is. Like, you cannot... The first trailer for this had me laughing so hard. I laughed for about 20 minutes the first time I saw it, because I thought to myself, there's no way this is a real movie. I had my Jack and Jill moment when everyone thought, you know, Jack and Jill was a fake movie because it was on South Park. No, it was a real movie. I thought this was a fake film too, but no, it was a real film. And, yeah, not only that, it had people I did really like. Taylor Kitsch, another bomb this year, you know. But John Carter was at least trying to do something. This movie, oh my god. Peter Berg, a really good action director who was 5 for 5 up to this point with Very Bad Things, The Rundown, Friday Night Lights, The Kingdom, Hancock, and then to follow it up with this film, just, wow, man. Like, how good was that paycheck that you could have resisted on that? But then again, maybe this was penance for him to doing Lone Survivor, the next movie he did, because that film turned out to be a much better movie than this pile of garbage, no question about it. It's not even that this movie rips off Transformers. No, it can't just do that. No, we gotta rip off other movies. We gotta rip off Independence Day. We gotta rip off Star Trek. We gotta rip off The Hunt for Red October. Like, and they really thought they were gonna get away with this. The rest of the cast of this is just sleeping through this production and having nothing to do. Like, Liam Neeson and Rihanna are the only 2 people in this that were actually trying. Brooklyn Decker, which, by the way, for all you sick, twisted people out there, you want a Brooklyn Decker sandwich of shit? This weekend's the one to do it, because she's not only in this movie, she's in another movie later this weekend. And that sounds incredibly gross, but I know there's one sick freak out there that wants that, but or wanted that back in the day, but hey, I mean, whatever. Yeah, the special effects look good, but as I've always said, they don't make the movie. A good script makes a good movie. This movie was so excruciating and so painful. This was almost as bad on the level of Sucker Punch, a movie that I had to suffer through. This movie was an abomination, a god-awful mess of a film. I hate this movie so much. I really, really do. And like I said, I've delved into this, how much I hate this movie so much, which if you want to see that, again, link in the corner, link in the description, see that video there. I got nothing else for you on this one here. Battleship is just a terrible, terrible film. Needless to say, avoid it like the plague. So let's go ahead and get to the best movie of this weekend, which in this case is the most tolerable one, but even then it's not a good movie. Sacha Baron Cohen back with a new film, and that is The Dictator.
I am for free press, fair elections, and equal rights for women. Second. Megan, you were worth every penny.
What's this, a ruby? What am I, a Kardashian?
No, you're much less hairy. Find your mark. Get set.
The sad part is, I wish there were more scenes like the marathon scene in that trailer we just saw, because that was the funniest thing in the entire movie. And when you have a movie where that's the funniest parts are in the trailer, that is not a good sign whatsoever. This is another one of these sort of mockumentary films, except not like Borat and Bruno this time around. We have Sacha Baron Cohen in the role of Admiral General Aldine, the dictator of the fictional Republic of Wadilia, visiting the United States, and he comes across all these crazy adventures, including people like Anna Faris, Ben Kingsley, Jason Mantzoukas, John C. Reilly, Gary Shandling, Edward Norton, and this movie is such a wild mess of a movie. I mean, this is the movie that literally killed Sacha Baron Cohen's leading comedy career. I mean, he was on a roll for a couple years, but, you could start to see, like, once Borat came out, if he was leading a movie, 9 times out of 10, it wasn't going to be a big success. Like, this one, and especially Bruno. Bruno was one of those ones that's just like, wow, this one does not age well at all, and this one certainly does not age well at all. I'm baffled that this movie, when, you know how Paramount did that, thing with the Naked Gun comedies, the Naked Gun did a trailer that was about, comedy needs to be relevant again. They showed off all these different Paramount comedies, and you saw this movie in here, and it's just like, why is The Dictator in here? You couldn't find another Paramount comedy besides that one? Like, it baffles me that people saw something in this movie, because I didn't. This movie is a mess, man. I mean, granted, it's not a Love Guru type of mess, but it's not a good movie. It's not even a funny movie. And like I said, the best stuff we saw was in the trailer already. And that's about it. Like, there's literally nothing about this movie that I laughed at or thought was funny. I just thought it was obnoxious and annoying. It's a sloppy mess of a film. It's a movie that really is a clustered mess of a film on so many levels. It just made me go like, what did people see in this movie? I mean, it went on to become a big success in the box office, but I just didn't see it, man. Like I said, it killed Sacha Baron Cohen's star power for a little bit before he eventually kind of refined his career back in 2020 with, the second Borat movie, which I actually think is a really good movie, and also The Trial of Chicago 7, where he had a supporting role in that. But this movie, not so much. Yeah, this is a mess. This is not a very good movie, but it's at least tolerable compared to the other movies we've had to look at today. And it certainly is the better comedy than the one we're about to get to right here, because, yeah, aside from Battleship, this film we're about to talk about here is a real mess. Let's talk about what to expect when you're expecting.
On May 18th,
I'm scared. I'm scared too.
Dude's crew, send him to the dudes.
it's a comedy about what men expect.
You dropped your kid off a changing table?
My kid ate a cigarette.
I picked up the wrong baby from daycare.
What women expect.
Did you get my rack? I'm gonna need evidence that I have.
And what no one expects.
I want Epidural.
No, you said you didn't want it, and you said that would just be the crazy talking. Oh!
Get me the juice!
What to expect when you're expecting.
Dog, get out of those bushes!
Rated PG-13. In theaters May 18th.
Oh my god, this movie is fucking awful. Oh, this one is a huge mess. I can't believe this is directed by the same guy that did Waking Ned Divine, Everything's Fine, Everybody's Fine, Nanny McPhee. This is the beginning of his downfall as a filmmaker, and holy crap, what a mess this is. The story follows the lives of 5 couples as their lives are turned upside down by the difficulties and surprises of parenthood. The cast includes Cameron Diaz, Jennifer Lopez, Elizabeth Banks, Chase Crawford, Brooklyn Decker again, Ben Falcone, Anna Kendrick, Matthew Morrison, Dennis Quaid, Chris Rock, Rodrigo Santoro. Lots of good people involved in here. It's written by a funny writer, Shauna Cross, who gave us Whip It a couple years ago, a very good movie. This film, oh my god, this is the definition of a movie that is literally fingernails on the chalkboard levels of cringe. It is one of the most unpleasant comedies you will ever see in your entire life. It's obnoxious, it's annoying, the jokes are not funny. This shouldn't be a movie. This should be the comedy that airs on CBS during the block of Monday night comedies they had. This would be sandwiched right in between Two Broke Girls, 2.5 Men, and How I Met Your Mother as that last show that CBS is trying hard to make the next big hit, even though they know it's a steaming pile of garbage. And sure enough, This is the type. That's the type of movie this is. It's a television show disguised as a movie, and not a good TV show. Like, this would be the type of show that CBS would use on Thursday nights after The Big Bang Theory to try to make the next big comedy hit, when they know it's not a good show. That's how bad this movie is. This film is such a gigantic mess. Everyone is wasted in here. They aren't given any funny materials. Loud noises is the source of comedy in here. And I'm sorry, there's a way to make loud noises funny. And it's not with this film right here. It's not with this idea of the film whatsoever. And there was no reason to make this movie, except the fact that He's Just Not That Into You was the big success from a couple years ago. But that worked because there was actually a good idea to it. There was actually a good cast that made it work. There ain't nothing funny about this. It's just obnoxious people, loud, annoying people who just use screaming as the only source of comedy, and that's it. It's cringy. It's one of the most depressing comedies I have ever seen in my entire life. Like, this movie is an ungodly mess of a film. Avoid this one like the plague. Please, for the love of God, avoid What to Expect when you're expecting, for God's sake. And on a delightful little note there, we're gonna wrap up this episode of Time About the Movies. And the next time we meet, we'll take a look at 4 more movies for Memorial Day weekend, the last 4 films of May 2012. Certainly much better movies than the ones we look at this week, for the most part, except for one. But we have Men in Black 3, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. This time, Will Smith's teaming up with not just Tommy Lee Jones, but also Josh Brolin as a younger Tommy Lee Jones in the 3rd installment of the Men in Black series, hoping to bring the series back on track after Men in Black 2's mixed reception 10 years prior. We also have Oren Peli, the director of Paranormal Activity, with his latest film, a found footage horror film set in the world of Chernobyl, in Chernobyl, Russia, Chernobyl Diaries. We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at Wes Anderson's latest film, Moonrise Kingdom, and we'll also take a look at the breakout comedy hit that became the source of the remake, The Upside, The Intouchables. So we'll take a look at those 4 movies. That'll be coming up tomorrow on the show, so stay tuned for that. With all that said, though, thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do me the honor of going ahead and hitting that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button. Also, don't forget to check out our playlist, and don't forget to check out the last episode we did. And stay tuned, because Time About the Movies Flashback is coming up later tonight with the movies of November 21st, 1986, so stay tuned for that. With all that said, though, thanks for watching this, and whether it's in the past, the present, or the future, I will see you at the movies. Take care.